Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Modsauce 2. Today we're going to be carrying on with this area over here, which is our new base type area. This is what we got done last episode. Nothing else has actually been done since then. But as I said last time, it's for the work we did and how it should end up being. This has, you know, it's doing quite well. It's come across the way I wanted it to. So all that we have left to do in terms of what we have built so far is we need to do the floor, the roof, or the ceiling, and these wedge slopes. That's pretty much it. After that, I'm gonna do that stuff. I'll probably bring in the AE system in its basic setup. So I'll have the drive there, the terminal there. And everything else will sort of anything like those storage buses that I have set up to the deep storage units at the moment. I will most likely just disregard for the moment, because what's most likely going to happen is I am going to be removing this system anyway and redoing it over there, as I think I said yesterday, or not yesterday, last time I recorded, which wasn't even yesterday, so I don't know why I said that. And yeah, this will get redone in whatever way. I'm thinking about just generally having on all the stations having the elite smelting factory, which would work on all of them, but I think these two here, because of just the way it works. I don't think the dusts work properly. It's only the pulverized stuff that works, and you can't pulverize these two, so we'd have to stay with redstone furnaces, but we don't use them, like, they don't produce enough that they're gonna outweigh anything. Iron is the only one that produces a lot more because of the amount we get from it, because it's got a high percentage chance of just having stuff outputted, like for example the 52,000 iron ore sand that's in here that for some reason isn't being quickly thrown through there, which is, I don't know, something I'll maybe have to, I might just like take a load out of here, just, oh, I can't even do it because I need to be on the front. Just do this, and then just throw it in here. And just, like, this will be held up for a bit, but some of this will at least get gone through in some way, shape, or form. But, you know, I'll probably end up, if I am to do that, I might just end up having a second smelter factory anyway for that, like, just if I make too much of that. But that's completely against the point. That's not what we're doing today. Today we are carrying on over here, which isn't a difficult job to say the least. We have quite a bit of wood. I just planted a few trees and got all that done. You know, quite a bit of wood there. Just literally all we have to do for that is throw it in the chisel and turn it to this specific oakwood planks, of the word that I probably can't even say, and I'm not even going to attempt. And it'll literally be a case of us doing this. And the only difficult thing I think that we're going to have today is the lighting situation, because in a second, if I, especially at night, this is going to become apparent, but if I press F7 and take away all these, you'll see all the red areas are areas that mobs can spawn. All the yellow crossed out areas are where mobs can spawn at, I think it's either midnight or just night generally when it's not daytime out. And this entire place, without these torches, is just red crosses because there's no lighting. And I don't like torches just because it doesn't look particularly nice. So I am hoping to have some sort of plan that we don't have to deal with torches, and we can have underground lighting, which shouldn't be too difficult, because this stuff, similarly to how I said with the carpenter's blocks, for these ones, the connected textures, there isn't like individual connected textures, it just works out that the textures connect to each other just via how they are created. So that's pretty easy. So it's going to be a simple of just doing this. This is where I really wish I had a hammer, and it also reminds me of the fact that my pickaxe, I actually haven't repaired this pickaxe at all since I upgraded it to a cobalt head. So I think I still have a cobalt ingot left because I created 2, because I threw 1 cobalt ore in the smelter, which creates 2 cobalt ingots, and I used 1 of them to create the head, which means I have a spare. I might have accidentally used it. I don't think I've used it on any. That's manual in, but for the broadsword, but I don't think. I think that was created separately. From what I'm like 96% sure that it was created separately, so that doesn't really matter. And yeah, then after that, I'll repair it. And what I'm thinking about doing is just setting up to have a resonant flux capacitor thrown on it, even though it's got multiple upgrades like the emerald and the reinforced and the diamond on there for durability, like extra durability. I'm thinking about having like just throwing on a resonant flux capacitor because it's not going to ruin my materials like too much. I mean, I have like I think 15,000 ender pearls now in my deep storage unit of them, and I have a ton of shiny ingots and stuff like that, and it's not going to be too much of an issue, and it's already like got a pretty fast mining speed anyway, so and I think I have a few upgrades to throw on it still. Like I think I can still throw a Nether Star on there, so that's also really cool. So we can do all that stuff and get it even faster if we want to. I can't put Silk Touch on it, sadly, because it already has Fortune 2 on it. However, I will just probably throw on Fortune 3 because what I think it'll do, I don't actually think it'll take up a modifier because it's already got Fortune on it. I also need to upgrade this Flint Shovel because it's flint. And also this, well, it's an obsidian pickaxe, not an obsidian axe, hatchet rather. I don't know, well I said pickaxe because I switched to my pickaxe, but it's an obsidian one right now, and I probably will keep it actually at obsidian. I'm thinking of, like, or most upgraded I'll put it is up to cobalt. I don't need a manual in really with it. I don't think I can put a flux capacitor on it because it's already got the moss on. But I'm probably, if I'm going to do anything big with an axe or anything, it's going to be a lumber axe, not a hatchet, because of the sort of timber timber properties that it has, where it will knock down the entire tree, which will make my life a lot easier. But it's just going to be a simple laying the floor now, and then at some point we're going to have to pick out where we want the lighting to go. Most likely it'll be in the corners and then in the center. What I'll actually do is I might pick up a few bits of glowstone and just see from there if it, or how much it will light up the room. So we'll quickly glide back, I guess, to here, which means most likely mobs will end up spawning in there. I'm thinking there's a chance at least that they'll spawn in there, which is always the worrying part of the whole thing. And this place, again, this is the second time that this specific row of chunks just doesn't want to load in, which is kind of sad. But we are going to go to glowstone. We have 30. Also, we have a ton of just glowstone dust, so we'll get 64 of that, which will be fine. We'll actually see how many ender pearls we have. Yep, 15,000. We also have like 58,000 wither skeletons, skulls, which is great. What I'm probably going to end up doing, because I've already got all the yellow hearts, this is why I wanted to get all the yellow hearts before I even thought about doing this, is if I go to a mod called Practicalities, you can get a wither block and a wither killer. It's a multi-block structure, which basically you put soul sand in it, and you put, you put 4 soul sand in it, and you put 3 wither skeleton skulls in it. It will spawn the wither in there, not like actually physically, but it'll spawn a wither pretty much, kill it, and reward you with a nether star, which will be great. And I don't know how cheap they are, or if they are cheap. I would assume they're not. If I look up, just if I can actually click on the thing. If I look up Wither, we have a look at that's reinforced obsidian. This is you need diamond infused obsidian and iron bars. Iron bars not that difficult, I don't know. That's not that difficult either. And a Wither killer is imbued Nether Star, electric matrix. So that's easy. That's easy. That's easy-ish. Quartz is probably the hardest part of that. I've got 22 Nether Stars, I think, spare, at least 22. So I definitely have the materials to make that, which is fine. Let's actually have a look quickly. What I think I'll do is just have 2 more glowstone blocks here, and then possibly, one in the center if I need to. So if I throw one in here, hopefully it does those, and I'll just, because of how this is set up, I guess I'll have to throw some here as well. And what I can do is just throw that one there, and it will not make too much of a difference to everything. And same here, I will throw a glowstone there, which should really have no effect. And I guess same can be done in like the corners here, since these are all carpenter's blocks and they allow light through them. Which is fine. So we can have those, and I guess under here as well. Because we have the glowstone, like it's not that difficult for us to get, we're just making it passively anyway. And I think it just generally makes this place look nicer when it's lit up, so that's great. Next we just need to get some carpenter's blocks, some oak wood planks, and not allow mobs to spawn, or not spawn, but get in here and... Well, the worst mob that can get in here would be a creeper. Any other mob I'm kind of fine with, just because it can't really do anything to us, like, or not really to us, like, I don't want to say unkillable, but I'm pretty difficult to kill. Like, one mob is not going to kill me. Like, this guy can turn around and attack me only once, he's not really going to do much. This armor's going to take a full brunt of it, and I also just charged up my armor anyway, because I remembered I have capacitors that can do that for me. And yeah, I also have healing axe, which will heal me and all that, or give me food and stuff. But yeah, I think this is looking pretty good. Other than that, we need to do these walls, which I think will just be the same as these cobblestone blocks on that, and then we'll bring in the AE system or ME system, whichever one it is nowadays. And we'll do that. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly do the walls because, you know, that's probably quite boring to me just mining it out. Okay, so I've got all the parts now, so that's just our ME drive, our crafting terminal, 1 glass focus cable, a tesseract, a ME controller, and our 10 1K ME storage cells. And yeah, I've disconnected that from everything else, so the deep storage units won't work. We won't have pretty much any ingots in here except maybe ones that, because of the way the system worked, it never pushed the storage cell. Like, if I ever took iron ingots out, like a stack, but only used 10 of them, for example, and I put 54 back in them, back in the system, then those will still be in here. So, you know, yeah, it's not perfect in that sense. Like, the system wasn't ever going to be perfect, and I never thought it was going to be. I knew it was just a basic setup. So we might have a few straight ingots, but we'll have the terminal there, the drive up there, which means we'll have the controller there, and the tesseract just below. So that's just going to go there. It's going to get 16k RF in it, or 16 killer killer RF, whatever. ME drive is just going to go up there, in which we're just going to throw whichever one's up here. Generally, I actually kind of like to keep the fuller drives there, but that's going to go there. That's actually going to power that as well, and the terminal is going to go there. Now it looks a bit ugly now, mainly because of well, you can sort of see behind it, like you can see that cable there, which is something we'll sort out in a second. We'll throw all this stuff in here, and if I, for example, look up ingot, oh, I didn't actually have to. Apparently I have mana still in here, but osmium, I have some Enderium, which is actually perfect, and I have that Cobalt Ingot, which I was on about, so that's even greater than I thought it would be, because of the way I wanted to do something else today. From that, we need to have, I think it's, if I look up Applied Energistics, we can find, yeah, Facade, or it's actually Cobblestone Facade, I think, is it? I can't remember. Cable Facade. Or not. Okay, we'll just have to go off of here. But we need to find the cable facade that we're going for, which is this one, which essentially, to do that, we need one of the cobblestone that we're using. We need to get 4 cable anchors, which means we need to create this, which means, in fact, we need iron, which is just something we don't have. Huzzah, we don't have iron. But we need some quartz, 2 quartz, some iron, and some sticks, from what I think we need. So, let's get some iron. There we go. And quartz. I actually don't know quartz-wise if we have anything. There's Certus quartz, but that's not useful quartz. I might not have quartz. That's worrying. I should hopefully have at least 2. And I think I can actually use Certus quartz, actually, come to think of it. So that should be fine. But we're going to go over here. Gonna go. Oh, what am I after? Cable facade, and we need to just get a Certus quartz cutting knife, which is fine. And then we need to get a cutting knife and let's get 12 out of it, so we have enough to do multiple. And we want cobblestone, and throw that in there, and that there, and we get 4 of those. Network aesthetics. And from that we can cover up that whole thing. It looks a lot tidier and a lot nicer now. It's looking good, and you know, works out exactly the way we want it to. Okay, so we need to get a few more things done. This is the basics of what I wanted to get done today. We finished the ceiling, finished the floor, and got the terminal in. But I thought what we might as well do is, since I did all this wall here, my pickaxe is getting a bit dull, to say the least. So we need to get some cobalt. And as you can see, I do have 22, but I'm going to take that and that just in case. But we're also going to make a flux capacitor. I'm going to see. We don't have anywhere near enough, because of, I've just realized why. So we're going to need some of these things, but I need to look at sort of what I'm missing, specifically, that I can't get from... Do I have any blazing pyrotheum? Oh, I do actually have a ton of pyrotheum, I just remembered. Okay, so after the game finished doing its little crash thing, I actually found out we do have some pyrotheum. So we need sulfur and pyrotheum to make this thing, as well as some of the other materials that we're going to have over. Ingot-wise, we need ingots, redstone, diamonds, all the stuff that would have otherwise been in the ME system if we did this before. Plus we need to come over this area anyway, because we haven't got any tool forges or anything over there. But we are going to need... we can just pick up a stack of diamonds. We'll pick up a stack of redstone. I don't think we need gunpowder, but I will pick up some of this, some lead. I think that's all we need. What the hell is that? And that's from Britannia. Right, so we need to make a flux capacitor. In order to make a flux capacitor, we have to do that. And then we need to do this, which means we need what? Invar. Invar is an ingot I don't have. Invar is, pretty simply, ferrous and iron together. 2 ferrous, 1 iron. No, 2 iron, 1 ferrous. So, we'll do that. God, this would have been so much easier if I hadn't disconnected the AE system first. So, that'll come through all fine and dandy. Then we can do this. Apparently not. I know why, because of just the way that all this stuff works. Plus I think we're missing some tin. Tin, where are you? Tin, you are there. So, oh, this isn't a crafting thing, that's why. God damn it. Right, tin, invar, that, and then that. Then we need electrum, which I actually think I have some spare. Somewhere. Actually, I think I'll be in the ME system somewhere. Electrum, which is simply just yeah, silver and gold. I know I should have picked up some silver. I was like, yeah, I should probably pick up some while I'm here. And I'm just gonna throw a ton of this in here, just so we can have like 2 stacks of the stuff, just for any future endeavors. But it is just going to be this, and then that, and that, and whatever else, a diamond. Redstone flux capacitor, and then we're going to need to essentially just go back all the way over here first to get the Enderium, which I forgot to pick up because I'm clever like that. So, Enderium. And we'll just make it in here. So, that, and then some redstone flux capacitor. And then we have to once again go back all the way over here in order to repair our tools, or specifically our one tool, our pickaxe, which will be in this building here. Oh, not in the building, literally, just in the building. Okay, and then that, and as I guessed, and we can't just throw ore in there. We need to. Now, I guess, can we just... You can just pulverize it, which is interesting. I think we'll just pulverize it. It'll get done either way. So let's pulverize this into some cobalt dust, and then get it all done there. It's a lot easier than using the smelter. Right, so back here, repair and repair. We didn't need that entire ore. Then we're going to throw that on, which is fine. And then once again over here, we're going to just awkwardly make our way down to this area, which is where our capacitor's at, and charge this thing up. So this is going to have 2 million RF in total, I think it is. I don't know if it's 2 million or 20 million, but it's a lot. And it's more than we're going to be using. I might as well charge up my sword as well. It's more than we're going to be using effectively ever. Like, we're never. It just guarantees that we're never gonna like get to a point where we can't use our pickaxe, because I'm gonna probably make a resonant flux capacitor again, a spare one, just separately, or I'll probably throw it on like this flint shovel when I change it to be a cobalt or anything like that. I'll throw it on there, and after that, then we'll be able to have we'll have 2 resonant flux capacitors and everything will be fine, and we're never going to run out of energy, potentially, because this flux capacitor, for example, holds 20 million RF, yeah, and this will hold 20 million RF, I think, and that one, I think it's 20 million. How many zeros? 7 zeros, and these are 7 zeros as well, I think. Yeah, so 20 million RF. That's a lot. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this episode. Hope you enjoyed. Next time, I've still got stuff to plan for, so I have no idea what we're doing, but we'll be doing something. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.